male teenagers combined. You know, I mean, this is, in blacks of all ages commit homicide rates 8 times higher than whites and Hispanics combined. So the fact is, cops run into situations with black men more than anyone else. Now, that doesn't give anyone the right to kill somebody. I'm not saying that justifies any unjustifiable shootings by police, but there's a picture that's been painted. The left are better storytellers than the right, and they have painted a picture that it's open season on young black men by cops, which is absolutely not true. But because the president, because responsible people on the left are not doing a good enough job tamping down on this narrative, you see what we see, where people are convincing themselves that they are under attack, so they need to fight back, and you get down this.
Doc was telling me that he's seeing, even from his wife, but he saw on Twitter this morning, people feel like there's nowhere to run. There's no place to go. You're either with Black Lives Matter or you're with this angry, right.
Yeah, we felt that way this morning too, and we were talking about it. Where else do you go here? The only place left is you say, I'm going to be violent and act crazy, or we do something different and go against the narrative.
Right. Because
Glenn, this is where you've always come from. This is where the truth matters and loving each other matter, okay? We need an all-out war on lies. When the president doesn't come out strongly enough to say, listen, this is why there are all these altercations between cops and black youth. When he just kind of gives a perfunctory, well, you know, the police are important, blue lives matter too, and he doesn't address the root causes of why there are so many police and black interactions, because there is a disproportionate amount of crimes committed from the black community. It's a fact. It's a fact, and we are doing our fellow citizens, be they Hispanic, white, or black, a disservice by not getting to the root of this issue, by not standing up, all of us, black, Hispanic, and white, and saying, you know what, Black Lives Matter. This is not I'm looking for the right words here. This is not a fair picture you are painting of police and the situation in America. You know, where is all the outrage over the black-on-black crime in these communities? How come we're not seeing an outpouring of anger at the level of Black Lives Matter for the black-on-black crime in Chicago? Why is it they'll only rally when something happens between a police officer and a black person? I mean, that to me is the insanity of all this.
Let me go to Lawrence Jones, who is on the street. He works with Blaze, and a good friend of mine. He's in his early 20s. Grew up buying into the Barack Obama, racist kind of lies about white people, white cops, and everything else, and conservatives, and has had a come to Jesus moment, and is now on the front lines of reconciliation and understanding and trying to talk to one another. He's got a question for you, Brad.
Well, Brad, I hear what you're saying, and I think Glenn just hit it on the nail. I think we've reached a point where we don't talk to each other. I believe there is legitimate concerns when it comes to the black community and the relationship of the police. When you have a community that when they're growing up and their parents is telling them, let me give you the conversation, watch out for the police. And then you have the police today that we're not doing the old-fashioned policing today of community policing. Nobody is talking to each other. It's everybody being in their corner. Either it's blue lives or black lives. It's no
all lives
conversation of all lives together. And quite frankly, I believe that all lives matter, but some lives don't matter. The people that just killed these cops, I don't think their lives matter, honestly. Rapists, I don't think their lives matter. I just wish people can come together and talk about these issues.
Well, Lawrence, and I will tell you, and you and I just spent some great time together.
He says racist lives don't matter. He doesn't say, he should say that everybody's racist. That's the problem. Everybody's racist. Some much more than others, of course, but everybody has some sort of racist or prejudice in them. Either they are aware of it or maybe they're not aware of it.
Relationship with all.
Liberals, for example, say, we just want people to be tolerant. So they're tolerant to everybody except to those people who are conservative or Christian fundamentalist, because they say, oh no, they're not tolerant. Well, it's not because they're not tolerant. It's because they have a very defined religious, Christian, or conservative belief. And it doesn't leave people out. It just tries to be true to its principles. And they don't allow that. That's not within their sphere of tolerance.
I've only got about 45 seconds, but I want you to answer this. I heard from somebody here today said to me that they have a friend who's a cop who's turning in his badge today. Said this is enough. I can't deal with this anymore. Turning in his badge. That's bad. FBI demoralized. The ones I know demoralized by what's happening. We are weeding out some good people in the police force and in law enforcement agencies. What do you see coming? About 40 seconds.
Well, doctors quitting because of Obamacare, too. Listen, if we don't, it is a thin blue line. We call it a thin blue line for a reason, because it is one of the smallest fraternities in the world. It's the law enforcement fraternity. When you look at how many 300 million plus people in this country, if we are discouraging good men and women from standing out there and defending the rest of us, that is how we lose freedom, and chaos and anarchy begin to take over our country. And it becomes, we start sliding into Reagan's 1,000 years of darkness, and we cannot let that happen. We need to encourage the police, law enforcement, federal, state, local, to please stay out there. Please continue to protect us, because the majority of us support you.
Yeah, I agree. Brad, thank you very much. And by the way, if you want to show your support for the police, those in Dallas that have fallen, Mercury One has started a 100% proceeds go to the families of the fallen police officers. You can go to mercury1.org and donate now. mercury1.org. Back in a minute.
In its new book, Liars.